Hey guys, Ryan Reviews here, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to get into my Penguin episode 1 review, spoilers. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll get right into it. So we start off first. It's been a week since the Batman. We're seeing news reports of the flood and the aftermath and what it's done to Gotham and the townsfolk, if you will. So we kind of right away get into that, and then we move on to Penguin going to the Iceberg Lounge, what's left of it after the flood. Um, yeah, he goes in there, breaks into Falcone's safe, finds a bunch of pictures, standard stuff. Um, Planning to manipulate and set up the Maronis, because the rivals, Falcones and Maronis. Um, his son comes in just as he's leaving. And he pretends the whole thing that he was gonna give the folder to him anyway. Saved him a trip. All that stuff. Um, you could tell that Maroney's son, I forgot his name, is kind of off hinged under the influence. All that stuff. He's not ready to be the kingpin of Gotham, so to speak. So they kind of, him and the Penguin chit chat. All this stuff. Penguin tells them, and I'm kind of skipping around a little bit, but he kind of tells them an interesting story of a gangster, when he was young. And Falcone's son, totally missing the point, accuses the Penguin of wanting to take over, which he was right to, because that's all Oz is trying to do, is take over. But yeah, he says the wrong thing to Oz, and Oz kills him. Trying to dispose of the body, comes across a group of kids trying to steal the rims off his car, Maserati, I think it is. He shoots at them, misses all of them. They get away, except for this one kid named Victor, who has a stutter, who Oz spares him, because I'm assuming he relates. I guess them being both outsiders, I guess it kind of relates. It kind of ropes them into getting rid of the body. Yeah, ropes them into I'm trying to remember everything that happens, but ropes them to get into the body. They do certain things. They go to, I guess, an escort, the red light district, an escort. Oz says he needs an alibi. She says, sure. I think he gives her some money, and they leave. They go, they eat a burger, I think, at a junkyard. I believe a junkyard. And they take the body from their car and put it in a junkyard car, trunk of the car. Oz is planning to kill Victor. Victor pleads with them, saying that he'll, whatever he needs him to do, he'll do. You can tell Oz is comfortable with killing people. He probably doesn't really like it, but you can tell that he's comfortable with it. So after Victor talks him down, yeah, he takes him with him. I believe they visit the mom next. So he takes him to Oz. Yeah, we meet Oz's mom. We go to the house. We meet Oz's mom. Who I believe has some kind of dementia, I believe. But she soon catches on, why is he giving him a necklace? The necklace that I forgot to mention that the son go ahead and gives to Oz. In the safe that Oz found those files, she found the jewelry too, and the son's all, give this to a girl of yours, and he has none, so he gives it to his mom, and eventually the mom catches on, why are you giving me a necklace? Why we have to leave town? Who's this kid? And he just tells his mom that he killed Falcone's son because he made fun of him. And we see it turn in the mom, and she doesn't get mad, or she didn't have the reaction you think she would have. She embraces him, telling him that you're not weak. That she didn't raise any weak kids. That you want this city, you're gonna have to take it. What are you gonna do to take it? So yeah, so. I was very surprised by the mom. I didn't expect that reaction. I thought we were going to get the typical, what have you done? We have to leave right now. The stereotypical things that we see all the time in show movies. But, yeah, so I think right after that we go to Victor and I think Oz. They take all these different trains, and we see a Riddler, Cultist with the mask, handing a flyer, and it's a QR code that a lot of people are trying to see where it takes you. I think it takes you to a website, I guess, like a cryptic website, like in the Batman, in that scene when him and Gordon are trying to figure out the riddle of the orphanage. So it takes you to that. I didn't try it myself, but a couple people that said they did it. Okay, now where was I? What happened next? Um, oh, I think he takes them back to. They go back to Oz's house, and I like Oz's door because it's like a safe type of thing. He tells him not to steal. He'll know. So he really doesn't. He just kind of looks around at the pictures on the wall, which Victor kind of looks at the pictures at the wall, which he kind of does. Forgot to mention when they get to the mom's house, he just goes around looking at the pictures, and maybe we'll find out what happened to Oz's brothers. People have read Penguin comics, hardly know. I don't know. I haven't read any Penguin comics, only Batman comics. But yeah, I take him to his house. Tells him don't steal anything, and then it's the next morning, and I think where do they go? I can't remember where they go next, but oh yeah, he goes to Oz goes to Blackgate prison to talk to Maroney, the lead guy. He's supposed to be the big guy on the street. I guess 20 years prior to this. And before he goes in, him and Victor talk about Victor's supposed to do his thing. We really don't know what he's talking about. We found out later he goes to Blackgate, talking about, trying to get him back in the drug business, saying, whatever, let me handle the drugs and we'll go half on it. And, Maroney's telling him no because, Oz to him is a snake. Which he kind of is, he'll turn on people, he'll lie, he'll, side with whoever has the best deal, Oz does what's best for him, So he tells him no, and then, he said, I'll come back in a few days and talk about it, and, he says, no, I don't want to see you. So, yeah, he gives him the ring, and he tells him it's Falcone's ring, and he tells him, why, why is he having? He said, Falcone gave it to him, and he goes, why? And then he, kind of, and he said, I think you're not as, I'm not, forgot the correct words, but, I'm not as, I don't know what the word would be. I'm not as square as you think. And right then and then he knows he killed his son, Falcone's son. So setting them up and framing them. So we cut to believe Oz heading back to calling Victor. I think he's heading back to the lounge or one of his spots, and Sophia's people are there. Oh, something I forgot to mention. That's one place he goes. He gets called in early on when he meets Victor. They go to the factory to see what's going on. One guy gets shot. He says the family wants to meet with him. Victor, he drives them there because Victor's been driving since they got rid of the body. He's been driving there, and he tells them, what's going on. And the Penguin, he's kind of making a couple of wisecracks. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what they want, but he tells them, the play that they go in there. He's supposed to go there, listen to them, make them feel big while he feels small, and they tell him they're going to move their shipment to, because everything that happened, and they're going to move the shipment to Robbinsville, which I never heard of. I don't know if it's a real place in Gotham, but Robbinsville, and he said you can't do that. And then he meets Sophia, comes across Sophia, she asks him, does she know where the brother is? I know I'm backtracking. I think I skipped all over this, but stay with me. So in that meeting, he meets Sophia. Sophia's skeptical, kind of, kind of not makes fun of, but kind of sarcastically about the purple card. It's not as subtle. Would you like to go out to eat? They do. She asked him about her brother. He was supposed to go to the Iceberg Lounge. And why in the meeting you're saying you're going to take over? My brother's missing. How do you know he's not coming back? And Oz flips it and plays it good, that I didn't, he didn't know that he was not going to come back. He didn't know that Sophia and the brother were in on it together. Alberto, I think. I don't remember the name. I think it's Alberto. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, that they were in this deal together. And, she says, Penguin flips it on her and, and sounds convincingly so that, let's go check the Iceberg Lounge. And, right now she goes, nah, I believe you, So I'm going to fast forward now. I know I skipped. I did it backwards. I forgot all this that happened. That's one thing that happened. When Victor was driving them around, that they went to the meeting and the factory and all that stuff. But stay with me. Yeah, so where was I? Oh, the prison. Yeah, the prison. So we go back to the Iceberg Lounge. Sophia's people are there. He does the kind of like a high-speed chase. Not as good as the one in the Batman, but, doesn't kill people and destroy things, but he manages to get away. He eventually doesn't. The short end of it, he doesn't. The henchmen catch him. He wakes up. Sophia's there. She's saying that one thing about having a purple car is that nobody people can spot it. And there was a kid that he shot at that I guess came forward, or they found him, and he said, he was at the Iceberg Lounge that night, out there. Oz, doesn't want to die because he's the liar. I'm not the liar. He's the liar. So she shoots him. They do some rope to, I guess, make him. She asked him, am I crazy? Am I crazy? And they do this rope thing on his arm that makes his arm bleed, bicep bleed. Very, very painful. Yeah, and there's a crash at the front of the house. They go see. Everyone comes out. What happened, and there's a crash, and there's no one in the front seat. There's a brick. I could think a rock boulder, a rock or something that made it. Put in go and to make sure the car will go. And she finds the brother's body in the trunk of the car with the pinky missing. Sophie screams a great scream. I haven't heard a great scream like that since Jenna Ortega in X. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, she screams. Cut to Colin Farrell. Oz laughing, doing that laugh. We catch up with Oz and Victor outside the slushy place because they mentioned something about a slushy place. Have you tried it? Have you mixed it? And he's like, no, because he was just trying to stay alive at that point, Victor. So he's like, no, maybe if I have a future, I'll try it. And they kind of sit there and they talk about what was supposed to happen. And he says, I was there, I was cutting out, trying to figure out to cut off the head. I just couldn't do it. And he goes, there's room for growth. There's room for growth and all that. And then we kind of, I think we do a wide shot of the Gotham and we credits roll, So I really like this show. I like this episode. I wasn't sure that a penguin could hold his own, but he did. Colin Farrell was great. Christina Miliani, she's great. She's terrifying in the eyes. When she talks and she asks questions. Like when she was questioning Oz at the restaurant, that scared me. She has a presence. I know a lot of reviewers are saying that she stole the show, and so far she stole the first episode for me. She's a great match for Colin Farrell, Oz. From the trailer we know that she was in Arkham, so I'm sure we'll get flashbacks as to what she did, and she's the Hangman, and I'm not sure what that means. Again, people in the comics that read comics, Penguin comics, are probably more familiar with Hangman and what she's accused of doing. I know she's supposed to be some kind of killer. She's brutal. She's ruthless. She doesn't think twice of killing people. Obviously, when she killed that kid. But everyone does a great job. I didn't even think of Batman once. I know a lot of people are upset that Batman is not it and he should be it and all this stuff happens. Where is he? Like Matt Reeves said that it's the point of view of the criminals. So, we don't. It's like if you're a criminal in Gotham, you don't. Batman's the urban legend unless he catches you and throws you in Arkham. You just know he's out there somewhere, lurking on the rooftops. You never know when he's gonna pounce on you. So I like that. The thing that they're going with. As far as the name change, I don't mind it. Oz Cobblepot just kind of doesn't roll off my tongue as well. Oz Cobb sounds better. I know it's gonna take people to get used to it. Maybe a few months or when the show's over, they'll be like Oz Cobb. The name isn't that bad, but yeah, guys, I really enjoyed it. The setting, the atmosphere, it felt like a sequel. This would be a show I would watch even if it didn't have the Penguin. Had nothing to do with Batman, Gotham, just a street level show. A guy trying to make it in the world. I would watch it. It's a show about an underdog, Oz. You look at him, see him, and say he can't, take over anything, but I'm sure that he will. I'm sure Sophia will find out the truth about what Oz did, and they'll come to a class. Also, one thing that I was speculating, and I'm pretty sure people know this, that Catwoman, I guess her stepsisters, her and the brother are blood related, but her half sisters. It would be nice to see them come head to head in live action or comic books. Let me know if it ever happened in comics, but yeah. So really enjoyed it. It's over an hour. Really enjoyed it. I can't say more than that. I'm looking forward to the second episode. I hope it ends good. Like I said, I wasn't on board when I first heard about a show called The Penguin. Why The Penguin? But I know people say that he's not even the best villain in the Rogues Gallery. But I really liked what I saw. really looking forward to next next Sunday, second episode. Look forward to my second review. I know I rambled. I know I skipped a lot and then went back, so I know I'm probably sure I'm confusing some people about what happened. But yeah, I didn't write nothing down. This is off the top of my head. No script, no nothing. I just trying to trying to remember what I saw. But yes. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you like this review, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your theories about what could happen. Where this could go. Do you like this show? Do you not like this show? Or is it just a ripoff of The Sopranos, like everybody's saying? I never seen The Sopranos, so I can't, maybe he looks like Tony Soprano, but, I haven't seen the show, so I can't talk about, if this is just a ripoff. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and catch you guys next time.